it's not my fault that your aura or your mental capacity can't unpack greatness. Cause we feel like we one of them ones too. So
Yeah.
we want
Got
to
my
make sure
hand
that
out. Got my
got a
hand
hand.
out for you, man. Come on over.
I just gotta get it, I just gotta get it, I just gotta go. I just gotta flip it, I just gotta flip it, watch the money grow. So a little mama, drop it down to the floor. After one night, she gon'
What's going on, everyone, man? Welcome to another episode of Dear Radio Special Reports. It's your boy, DearCeej. I got my main man, Dear Mykel, with me today, man. Dear Mykel, how you doing, man?
Doing well, man. How about you? How you feeling?
Hey, man, I can't complain, man. Just trying to make it, man. But man, today on Special Reports, man, Dear Mykel gonna tell us what we got going on today, man. Go ahead, let the people know.
Yeah, man. We appreciate the assist. We kind of had some little minor conversation about how we wanted to segue the end of the season 5. Gratefully, we at this point where we can actually say we're at the end of season 5. I think we 58, 59 episodes in or so like that. So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's been pretty cool that we actually got to this point. It's been a lot of grueling times, a lot of restructuring, a lot, from some
Yeah.
season 1, but we made it this far. But uh, we kind of came to the conclusion where we're just going to kind of summarize season 5, what we liked about it, things we want to see leading into next season, and kind of our standout moments. So for me, I know there was Kenny's episode. His word was legacy. It was
Mm-hmm.
Chris's episode. His was, I believe, achievement.
Yeah.
And then there was Nehemiah, which is a music artist. He was good. His purpose. Who else we had? We had Bryce's. He was a real estate agent. His is Willpower. And then
Mm-hmm.
obviously we had George Bell, which is pretty cool. His ambition. I mean, for me, I
Yep.
think the standout ones. I mean, all of them have their own unique stories. Obviously, every guest we have has done a pretty good job of just obviously being themselves and just enjoying the vibes that we have. So that's been
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool from season 3 to now. Honestly, just everybody's story has been their own, and the conversation has been genuine, and it's been evolving ever since. Obviously, season 4 we started the actual visual part, but I mean, for me, this season what stood out most was just kind of, I guess, the excitement. Now, I think since we've done this for like 2 seasons now, we kind of know how we want to convey what we want to obviously talk about and
Yeah.
in a finer detail from season 3 to 4 to now. So with the guests, it's been more of a, hey, this is the structure, this is the outline, this is how we want to feel, this is how we want to, or not feel, this is how we want to talk about things, this is how we want the structure to feel like a conversation rather than an interview. So just letting them know more so upfront of, it's not really, we're not trying to weigh you down with all these questions where you feel like it's a
Yeah.
monologue thing, but just try to let you know it's a conversation. And I think, that upfront conversation now has led them to having a more relaxed
Being more
composure.
open. Yep. You're
There it
right.
is. So you've been
Mm-hmm.
and you detailed a lot of that on me. What I'm saying, that has to do a lot with just how we structure things and sitting down and reviewing. He's like, yo, this is cool, but it need to be better on this end, this end, this end. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
well, how it need to be, how, and then just going back and analyzing that. So I think up front that allowed the conversations like George to go crazy with ambition, just allowing his personality to flourish. It feels
Yeah.
like through the
Exactly.
screen.
Exactly.
Let's see, who else? Chris had a good one. Willpower with Bryce was good. I mean, standout
Mm-hmm.
moments, man. I want to see which one resonated with me more. For me, okay, I'm gonna say Kenny with Legacy only because all of them were great, but I will only say that because I have probably the most closest personal relationship with Kenny. So I've known him for a while, since 2015 when we first went to UK together. So he was damn near in our dorm as like a third roommate with me and TK at the time. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so to be able to see him flourish in his career, and now he's a lawyer. And then, we didn't talk for a period of time because I went to Atlanta. I didn't know
Yeah.
where he was. And then to me coming back and to meet him again at homecoming and this year, I think in October, and then
Mm.
obviously put him on the show, and now learning he has his own podcast, and then learning about what legacy meant to him, and just kind of segueing into like what does legacy mean for him, because he's in fraternity and stuff when he was at UK, and now he's still doing that, and
Oh.
just seeing how his growth was. So for me, I think that one was cool, just to have a more personal, in-depth conversation with him because I know him longer, and then
Yeah.
what legacy means to him, and how he's trying to, not trying, but how he's creating his wave of things he want to leave behind as he continued his journey. So that's been a really cool episode, obviously. And then on top of that, he has his own podcast with his team. So About a week or two after that, he invited me and LeBranc on his podcast at different times. So
Oh man,
we had
that's cool.
opportunity. Yeah, so we had opportunity to talk about that and what they had going on. The same convo podcast, which is cool. They talk about anime, sports, and stuff like that. So we had a good conversation with them. The team is crazy. The way they got things set up is pretty cool, and they're doing big things. So I'm excited about that. So I mean, I would say that's a big one for me. And then legacy is a great word of the week. I think
Yeah,
it makes sense for us. It makes sense definitely for him. And you always want to try to do things depending on depending on who the people is. Some people may not care about legacy too much. Some people do. So it's kind of like up in the air thing of what makes sense for you. But I mean, obviously, we want to create something that has something of a stamp of approval post us, right? So if this is something we can build that lives 100 years because we put uh, systems and processes and succession plans and all these things as
yeah.
things get bigger and better. I think that's going to be pretty cool. So I mean, that's probably the standout moment for me. And but there's many more with I can go down a list. But what's the biggest one you had?
I think my biggest one, man, was really George, man. George just really stood out to me. One of our last episodes.
Yeah,
It was just like you said, man, in the beginning, like the passion and the way he was just being himself during the interview and answering the questions and letting us know what was the real, man, what was really going on. He was on the Shark Tank and
going
how they
crazy.
was, you know, what I'm saying
Yeah,
the behind the scenes stuff. Like, man, I didn't know that the music wasn't playing, man. That when they walked up, stuff like that, just pitch quiet, like stuff like that was amazing to me. And then obviously his word of the week was ambition. And during the COVID time, man, you really had to have that ambition, man, to see things forward and see things through. So him actually having that word ambition just was so perfect because of the way
mm,
that he had to go about his business. You know what I'm saying? As far as in like, you know what I'm saying, the COVID stuff and the app, figuring out how to do the app and how to make it different or make it the same but different. You know what I'm saying? So like it was so
facts.
many ideas he had to go through and had to stick with. And like you said, he was getting 100 no's from people trying to get the app going and stuff like that. So it's like, man, he just had to stick with it and keep going. So like one of those is like that really stood out to me for sure.
I mean, that's tough. He really went. And what surprised me about his is I didn't think he was gonna go that in depth. You know what I'm saying
Yeah,
with how he was kind of organizing the his pretty much step to step process. I didn't.
exactly.
How long you been watching? 'Cause I watched it a little. Like I can't remember when I first started watching Shark Tank. When was it? I can't pinpoint it, but I know I've been on and off of it for a while. But I know
Yeah.
I think in that episode you said you kind of grew up on it, and obviously he grew up on it. So like when was that first point you like, dang, this is an interesting show? Like what age was you think that kind of got to you?
To be honest, man, the only reason I got into Shark Tank was just on those late night things. Like Shark Tank was always coming on
Yeah,
late night whenever I was a kid. So it's like right after like if I was in the middle of watching like Martin or the Marlon Wayans brothers or something like that, like I'll keep flipping the channel and then next thing you know I see these people just talking about this business. And then next thing you know I go into Walmart and then I go to Walmart with my mama. I see this little section full of those type of businesses that they on Shark Tank talking about. So once I seen like one of the first businesses from Shark Tank in the store, I was hooked ever since. I couldn't tell you what age that
mm,
was, but I know I was like into it for like a couple years straight, watching like each season. I remember seeing it on one of these apps, and I was just like, man, I gotta watch this from first to the end, man, just to see what's going on, like how these businesses was actually going, and like what kind of businesses came out of this, and what kind of businesses are they even tapped into, stuff like that. Like I didn't know anything about business, like you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
but at the same, it was like interesting to me, like to see this stuff going on, and maybe it could be one of my businesses going up in there. I'm
come
never
on,
know. You know what I'm saying if I come
come
up with
on,
an idea, and they fuck around, put me on Shark Tank, then now you know what I'm saying your boy now. You know I'm at the fool on there too, so it's gonna
come
be
on,
it's gonna
man.
be it's gonna be it's gonna be jumping. But I don't know, man. It was just something that just hooked to me instantly when I started watching it. Just about
Yeah,
business and seeing people businesses flourish and seeing who's tanking because they think their businesses is so hot shit. Not listening to the people that actually done did it, and like
yeah,
sometimes you gotta listen to the people that did it, and sometimes you gotta take it for your own self. Like I seen one person that took it for his own self, and it was like, man, y'all ain't offering the money I want. His business still ended up flourishing by itself. You know what I'm saying? So
mm,
it's one of those things where sometimes you got to bet on yourself. Sometimes you just got to
that,
sit back and let somebody, you feel me, hand, like handle some of that business for you.
because there's two sides of that, right? Like there's the
Mm-hmm.
promoting it to get a deal, but if you ain't seeing the, I guess, the mutual beneficial
Yeah,
situation of that, you still presenting it the right way, but you turn it down, but you still got millions of viewers watching you. So like you get up out of there,
exactly.
you got new eyes on it, and you know what I'm saying. Then they're looking at you like, oh, they must be doing something right. They could turn down some
Yeah,
deals. So
yeah.
it's like, all right, let me check this out. And then you start clicking that buy button, and you start,
Uh-huh.
and then they start
That's how
going
they turn.
crazy.
That's
That's
how
how they.
they go up. That's exactly how they start going up right there.
That's tough. How you
Yeah, that's.
how you think about the word of weeks, right? I know that's kind of the basis of what we got going on, but from like
Mm-hmm.
season 1, 2 to now, because I know y'all originally started the word of weeks with just
Yeah,
y'all's conversation on it, and
just telling our side of what we thought about it. Yeah,
it was,
hearing
it
somebody
was
else
dope.
say it.
It was dope.
To
Hey, y'all
be
need to
honest,
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
bro, whenever I hear somebody else talk about a word of the week, I think about those episodes and I be like, man, were we even going in that depth? Like, were we even talking about it in that type of way?
Yeah,
Like, some of the times the word of the week like fit perfectly, like the one with Chris achievement, like him being one of the first people in his
yeah,
family, like to graduate college and get a degree and do all these things. Like that was like something
uh,
achievement like matched perfectly again with him, like willpower with your guy and all that. I'm
yep,
saying like
Bryce.
whenever I was reading the bios of these men, I was like, man, these actually fit with what they already got going on. So
Yeah,
like they was like meshing with the word of the week to be able to talk about it so effortlessly to where it had me thinking like, man, when we was doing the word of the week, were we even doing that type of stuff? Like I just think like, man, I always just give a little side, little special on how
yeah,
I felt about it. I wasn't like trying to think that hard, but at the same time, I
that's
was
funny.
trying to think as hard as I could to
Yeah,
make it sound good. You feel me? I'm thinking like these dudes, they had this written down or something. How they was preaching it and spinning it out for sure. I
going
ain't gonna
crazy.
lie.
Yeah, yeah, I got to go back and check out season 1 and 2. I mean, it's obviously it's evolution of it, right? It's not the best episode, but you'll start seeing like the personalities of what we had going on back then, what we
Hmm.
was trying to do, how we was trying to figure things out. It's obviously it's all audio, so if you got 45 commute to the work, or you hit the gym, or you just walking on the treadmill, just pop that in the headphone, just kind of let us know what you think about that. Because I mean, going back to what you were saying, how we weren't really going in depth, and I had a conversation with y'all like, man, this ain't really, I don't know, this ain't really hitting. Like I be trying to tell, like I was like, damn, am I doing something wrong? And I started realizing, like, okay, well, when we first started, it was just random. Like we were just figuring out random words. All
Yeah.
right, do this for this week, this for this
No
week, but we never
order. Yeah.
just it wasn't going on. And I realized what made me change that was season 3 because we did no season 4 because season 3 was the first time we did interviews with people, but it
Hmm.
also had the word a week, but it was
Yeah.
still random. And I was
Yeah.
like, dang, this ain't really like it's a cool conversation, but it's not. It ain't taking us to where I feel like we need to go as far as just it was more so of a it was more so of like a let me educate you what the word is instead of the word actually impacting who I am as a person right now in this
Yeah.
moment. So
Yeah.
season 4, I realized, oh, this needs. Let me sit down and read the bio. Let me sit down and study who we got on, and let me find the words that match who they are right now, so that it feels
Hmm.
like more of a conversation. And then from there, I felt like we've been taken off, which is more of a general conversation, and that's the gist of
Exactly.
what we have going on. So I think 5 was obviously a good indicator of that. 4 is a good indicator with that, and then obviously the rest of them are going to be just the same. So we just want to continue doing that. But it is funny because I think when y'all had. I mean, when you first came, it was on 4. I don't even remember what 4 was. I know it was
Yeah.
like a
Me either.
Halloween joint last year, but I can't remember what it was. But then obviously you did. What's the one y'all really liked? The one extra. Y'all going crazy on extra.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Getting some extra from like
Um,
McDonald's and stuff.
we like, what are we talking about? But it was funny. It was
Yeah.
entertaining. It made sense for that time. But nah, it was cool to talk about that. And I think we get to the next level, and it comes, it ebbs and flows. But now we understand what the main thing is. So we got the gist of what's going on. But now I think season 5, going back to that, was pretty cool. It was a different timeline of what we had going on. So we had a lot of
Yeah.
special reports episodes mixed in with the dialogue or interviews, which is not the regular structure we got, but we wanted to make sure that we align things back to the next year back on the regular schedule because we had some things going on in the summer that kind of paused how we was um, putting out content and
Yeah.
episodes. So now we're going back on schedule. So now we had a lot of mixed intervened episodes. So now we'll figure out the revamped version of that for season 6. But now we're gonna be back on schedule, and I think it's gonna be pretty cool just to have more interviews on. And then we got it mixed in with some in person content. So as far as just in person interviews, because we got that set up as well. So the audience get to see that and how we are in person with the guests, and have Ceej come up and do some of these in person ones with us when we got some great stories and great guests, and when we make the right people available for those times. So I think having that extra, going back to extra point and contact, I think that's going to obviously level the playing field and flourish the show. So y'all can see us not just on virtual shows, which is still our main thing, but being able to see what's going on the next level. And then obviously the quality gets better of just the visual aspect of things and the audio as well. So I think that'd be cool. And then next thing, I know Brink and I was talking about it. Shout out to our other co-hosts that couldn't make it tonight, LeBrank and TK, but we're gonna have, obviously we have the wireless mics and stuff too. So we want to start doing some traveling stuff come next year. So we go see Cam or something like that in Florida. Obviously you in
Oh
Florida,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we can figure out how to make that happen.
Got some basketball gyms to get in.
We got some things to do,
some
right?
people talking crazy. Hey, y'all people out there, man, we coming to y'all, man.
Hey,
Just know when we get on that court, man, I don't want to hear none of that. No excuses, man. Bring your game, but don't bring yourself.
don't tell me you forgot your sneakers now. You hear
Nah,
me?
don't tell me that. Don't tell me that, cause I ain't gonna forget mine.
We might bring an extra pair just in case you try to pull
Just
something.
just in case. I might have 2 pair. Might say, hey, let's go to Dick's real quick. Get a
Come on,
little $25 pair real quick.
stop
$75.
playing. Nah, that's gonna be fun. I think that aspect of just traveling and be able to meet the other guests that we've been on, that if we had on to do a part 2 with them, and then obviously they, like you said, they've been talking crazy. So just putting, putting their money where the mouth at, and then we can just make sure we hold each other accountable, have a good time. Now, a quick question: like, should we? It should be a post thing, or should we document the process of us hooping? I don't, you know, I don't know what we want to do. I think it is. I guess we can figure it out, but I think it's in a moment type thing. We could document it, but I don't want to.
If the footage looking good on our end, man, look, we document it. You know what I'm saying? But if it ain't, we just gonna post highlights, man.
I
That's
hear
it,
you.
man. Post highlights.
We'll show y'all what we want to. What we want y'all to see, man.
We want them to see. You know what I'm saying? The footage looking good. We might give y'all a little documentary. If it ain't, you gonna see highlights. A little sideshow type junk. We're gonna be talking
Oh,
after.
that's funny.
We'll tell y'all what happened.
There you go. There you go. So I mean, we pretty much wrapped up season 5. I know this. I mean, even going back to other guests. I mean, we had Nehemiah was a music artist. I think that was pretty cool. Just talking about how he wanted to do clean music. Like he's a Christian that wants clean music, but his favorite songs and artists is Chris Brown and Michael Jackson. Not saying like all of the music is clean,
Yeah.
but he understands like, okay, well, if God's calling him to do music, and he understands like I got into music from people that release songs that didn't have clean versions. Not saying they can't make clean versions, but
Yeah.
he wanted to be in a position where he can do gospel music when he feels it's time. But right now he's an R&B pop era, and I mean he's young. He's like 20 years old, so he's getting into that whole sphere of how the business work. He already got some things going on. So I mean I think he's in Atlanta, so I think he's doing some good stuff. And then being able to transition for that at a young age, and then have some big people coming in and be like, yo, let's collab, let's do this. And he's kind of having his footing, and then saying, hey, okay, I want to be an artist one day or now. Like when you hear my song and your mom come in or your pops come in or your cousin
Mm-hmm.
come in, you ain't got to change the channel. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
I want to be universal. Now, I think that's a great take, especially somebody at 20, be like, yo, I'm not opposed of the music that have, curse and all that stuff, but I have been in those experiences. Like my mom walking in the room, I don't want her hearing the same thing I'm
Yeah, you
hearing.
gotta pause the joint. Or
You
you
feel me?
driving with it, you gotta skip the song. Yeah, I know that feeling.
So that's real. So I that's a good point he had. So that was cool to be able to have that conversation with him. His was purpose. Bryce had a good one. His is willpower and being able to, because as a real estate agent, I don't know much. I haven't bought a house, so like I
Yeah.
know the logistics of what's going on, but I haven't really went in depth of how that works. But to be able to sit there and be like, okay, well, I gotta study economics at this point because I have to know what generation I'm in. Obviously, I gotta know who's looking to buy a house at what age am I targeting. Obviously, people's jobs aren't as secure as they used to be. How they gonna pay this down? How we gonna get a percentage? How am I gonna close the deal after they even commit to it to make sure that's going through? And like having
Hmm.
willpower to go through that, because people, people make good money in it, but they don't talk about the beginning struggles of it and how you even overcome that. So the fact that he talked about that was pretty cool. But I mean, we had some good standout Chris's, like you said, achievement was great, and I mean, I think everybody else was pretty much. Am I missing anybody? I feel like I hit everybody, right?
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
and yeah, Kenny Legacy. Yeah, so Kenny Legacy. Yeah, so I think that was pretty cool just to talk about all those guests. We appreciate y'all coming on. Obviously, we want to follow up and make sure everybody's good. We want to check in with everybody come New Year and stuff like that, and hopefully we can try to do a part two because it's always cool to have everybody on the show and then actually trying to do a part two. I think that kind of makes the story a little more compelling and then like okay, this is kind of something more than just a quick interview. So we're gonna look forward into that and stuff. But moving into what we got going on next year, right? So
Hmm.
how you feel of things and structure wise, what we want to do for season 6? Like what have you taken in from like season 4 or 5? What we've been doing, and is there things you want to see evolve as season 6 comes about?
Yeah, man. I mean, as season 6 is upon us, man, I just really want to stay in not stay in, but like what I'm saying, keep it the same, man. What I'm saying, just keep our conversations flowing. Just keep it a conversation at the end of the day, man. Like I want my guests or our guests to be comfortable when they come in, so they can be able to show everybody their true personality instead of feeling
Mm-hmm.
like they got to hold back or mince words or even what I'm saying, just not fully give their full all to us, man. I mean, not saying that they have to, because obviously everybody has something going on, but I just want them to be as comfortable as possible to where they feel like, man, hey, I can say this, or I can be like, oh dang, my bad, or damn, my bad, and we just gonna laugh about it and just keep moving on. Like we ain't gonna be like, dang man, you can't be saying that, or what I'm saying, or anything like that. What I'm saying? Like we don't want anybody to feel censored or feel like they can't speak their true self or their true feelings about anything.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, man, this when we bring you on as a guest, this stuff is about you. It's not about us. We just want to be there to be able to answer those questions and ask those questions
yeah.
and also compete a little bit too, man, where there's competition to be involved. You know what I'm saying? So
Talk
if
about it.
nothing, if you're not scared to have competition, man, you're welcome on season 6 episodes, man, of Dear Radio, man, with us for sure, for sure.
Facts. I know you touched a little bit on obviously that's a great answer for what we got going on with guests, and we're gonna hold ourselves accountable and then obviously hold them accountable of just cause we'll start calling it out if we feel we had the pre conversation of this is what it is and this is how we're gonna do things, and then in the show it's like they freeze up or something like that. We'll
Yeah,
start calling it out more like hold on, bro, you can go more in depth with that. You know what I'm saying? You
yeah,
gotta
you can tell us
you know
some
what I'm
more
saying?
about that.
You can
Yeah,
tell us some
yeah.
more. We ain't gonna worry about it. It's a good opportunity for people to get to know you a little more. So,
Hmm.
uh, oh, we got a good one that was supposed to be on. I ain't finna do that.
Don't
Uh,
spoil it. Don't
yeah,
spoil it.
I
Don't
ain't finna
spoil
do
it.
that. So, but going into a little more because we were talking about this before the show about how we wanted to try to get more viewer engagement, right? Like how we
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
get more engaged. So how you think we should go about that, or what you want to see from the viewers that watch? Because we see people watching this now. Like we
yeah. Y'all
see
watching,
stuff.
man, but y'all just not y'all ain't engaging yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
blaming y'all. You know what I'm saying? We trying to put more of that engagement too. We trying to make sure y'all get more engaged. But
Yep.
listen, for our viewers out there, man, send us those questions, man. We wanna speak to y'all, man. We wanna talk to y'all. We wanna be able to tell y'all what we thinking as well. So, man,
Yep.
if you see us posting that number or you see you want to put a comment under something, whatever, man, just send it to us, man. We gonna talk about it, man. We gonna
Talk
make
to
sure
them.
no comment gets uncommented back to. That's something to say. I don't know, but
Yeah, it's
we
good.
just make sure no comment goes unread, no comment goes untalked about or talked to. You know what I'm saying? We always gonna reply too. So even if you guys leaving them hate comments, man, we're gonna reply to those too. We're gonna talk about those too, man. We're gonna call you out too. So
I talk
don't
to,
think
yeah,
nobody isn't safe, and we definitely want to goddamn engage with everybody. We want to engage with everybody.
yeah.
Leave your
I agree.
comments.
I agree. I agree. I know we got to put more initiative on creating the environment for people to want to hit that button and say, "Yo, I think about this. I think about this." So we have to figure out on our end how to get more of the comfortability to our audience as
Hmm.
well. So we'll take time over this next break, and before season 6, we'll try to figure out what ways we can kind of improve on that. But we
Yeah,
do, half of the show is the viewership, right? Like obviously
yeah,
we doing this for us because we want to see each other win, and we want to see how we kind of become better men through this, and how we can kind of create something that's not kind of how we're gonna create something that's bigger than us, and we're doing that in real time. But on the side of that, like there's no growth of it if we don't have people that's looking at us, that's commenting, that's watching what we got going on, whether it's negative or positive, and just trying to see like, all right, like even if you got nah, I'm not gonna go there. But even if you know what I'm saying, we're about to continue the journey, like especially when we're doing things that you might have some people that's next to you that's probably talked about podcasting, but you see us
Yeah,
starting it and we ain't stopped in a year, so we still going. You can be like, yo, they just starting out, they ain't got everything figured out. Like, why can't y'all do it? Like that's
exactly.
what we figuring out too. So
Yeah,
just saying that, like, yo, my homie started podcasting because of y'all, or you know what I'm saying, I've been watching y'all stuff, and it's crazy how y'all went from audio to visual, and how the first season of visual. Now you're in a different space of visual, and just let us know your thoughts on that, because we're doing a lot. And then I will shout out Chris though, right? Because we had him on for season 5, but he's actually been a real supporter since day one. So the fact that he's been,
yeah,
locked in with us, and he's been leaving comments, I want to shout out him. He's been tremendous on just leaving his comments on it, and just obviously we're impacting his mental space at times to help him in any way possible. So we appreciate him. We salute him and what he got going on. We definitely going to follow up with him as well. So just anything like that, we want to really understand the people we're talking to, why y'all want to
exactly,
tune in, why y'all don't want to tune in.
exactly.
We want to figure out what's going on so we can continue giving out content that means that we don't want to hit darts at the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It ain't sticking. So I think Ceej has a great point of we have to figure out ways to get everybody involved, not just the host, but to bring people along. They'd be like, yo, I disagree with Ceej right here. I disagree with the
yeah.
Mykel right here. I don't. They
Just
talking
tell
crazy
me.
right here.
Just tell.
So we gotta figure out what that look like, and we want to bring y'all a part of it, because the more you feel like you're a part of it, the more other people gonna feel like they're a part of it, and then
Exactly.
we can start getting this ball rolling a lot more. So we don't want y'all to feel like y'all just watching something for an hour and a half or whatever. We want
Yeah,
y'all to feel like y'all
yeah.
part of something for
Nah,
an hour and a half, and
we want
I
y'all
think
engaged, man. We want y'all telling us, man. I don't like how C's responded to that. C's, I don't know why you like McDonald's, but hey, if you start talking about McDonald's, any crazy, man, look, I'm
that's
coming at
great.
you, bro. You hear me? The McRib is back, and we celebrating, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yo, chill out.
McRib is back,
Yo,
man. We celebrating, man. So hey,
yo, McDonald's is a
but
legend.
yeah, man, we want that. We want that engagement, man, with you guys, man. So just keep commenting, man. Just like that man, Chris. He was one. He was one of our supporters. He is a supporter, not one of ours, but he is a supporter. And we
Yep.
was able to get him on the show, man. That could be another supporter, somebody that we
Come
see
on.
commenting and stuff. We may be, hey, man, you wanna tell your side of the story? You wanna talk about you? Man, we're gonna do some research, get to know you. I'm saying you wanna talk, you wanna say what's up. You got something you
Yeah.
wanna get off your chest. I'm saying
Yeah.
that's basically what it is, man. Get it off your chest, man. We ain't here to hold you hostage, man. We want you to get it off your chest, man. We're gonna talk. I'm saying we're gonna talk some questions to you. I'm saying we're
Yep.
gonna make you feel comfortable. Comfortable.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep using that word comfortable, man, because that's just something that I believe in. Like, I don't want my guests to feel like they gotta be stuck. Our guests to feel like they gotta be stuck with us.
Yeah.
Man, hey, we having a conversation, man. We finna laugh. We finna have a good time, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be talking shit. We're gonna be doing the whole 9 yards, man. So
100%.
come mess with your boys, man. At Dear Radio.
Yeah, we get into it, and like she said, I mean, y'all better get to it now, right? Because we still evolving, and we have no plans of stopping at all. So
Yeah.
by the time we in season 9, and y'all see traction start picking up a lot more, it gets to the point where like we ain't touching base with every single body.
It's gonna be
So
hard to
it's
get
like,
in contact with us,
don't,
man. Why the iron hot, man?
come on,
Everybody gonna be want to get in contact with that iron hot. So
don't be one of them people, man. That's all we're gonna say.
no, for real.
Don't fall into that don't fall into that system, man.
Don't fall into that trap, man. Of I'll wait. Don't wait.
Don't hit us with the
Be
I was
soldier
there with
boy.
season 1. I was there
Yeah,
season 2.
exactly.
They ain't
Be a
never.
soldier boy. I was one of the first ones on. I was the first rapper to do it. Come on, man.
Hey, shout out Soldier,
Hey, shout out to Soldier Boy, man. Be a Soldier Boy, man. Tell you one of the first ones that believed, man, that
man.
got in tune with the boys, man, before they got and went big time, man. Not saying that we're
Yep.
gonna go big time and forget you now. We ain't doing
Yeah,
that.
we ain't doing
But at the same time, man, we want you to be able to get your shine too before we start having A&Rs and producers
that.
trying to control the show, getting out here, be like, hey man, we don't need them on there. Nah, man, we ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that, man. It's gonna be quick, short, and simple, man. We ain't got time for
Well,
that. We
and we
want
speaking
you on,
highly.
man.
we're speaking highly of ourselves. We're speaking confident of ourselves because we've had a lot of discussions on where we want to take this show, and obviously
Nah, facts.
we're still growing and what we want to become. We still got to tweak things. We still got to get better. Everything not gonna be perfect, but we know in the hearts of hearts, like we're gonna be one of them ones. So we letting
Mm-hmm.
everybody know right now, like you may not want to, you may not dive our way in right now, but it's gonna be a point where it's undeniable, and now you like, dang, how can I be a part of it? And we just don't want to, we don't want to see that happen to you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So and we, what Warren Peace say,
Got my
it's not my
hand out,
fault.
huh?
It's not my fault that your aura or your mental capacity can't unpack greatness. Cause we feel like we one of them ones too. So
Yeah. I
we
got
want to
my
make sure
hand
that
out. Got my
got a hand
hand out for you, man. Come on over.
with us. Come with
Come
us.
on over.
Come with us. Nah, man. I think we've hit a good majority of what we had going on. Season 5 has been spectacular, even though we had a lot of scheduling conflicts with just everybody, not just us, but even with guests.
Yeah.
Just making sure that we go into the new year with the right way. We tackle the things we want to tackle. We have fun, and we keep the main thing. And like you said, just keep a conversation going and get better with how we want to do things. I think we're going to be in a great position to shine a light on a lot of spaces, especially Kentucky. So I'm excited about what we got going on. The hosts are getting better. They're keeping me more accountable with what's going on, and I feel like I could become a better person, a better leader, a better follower of theirs as well. So just making sure that we all doing our parts at the end of the day. So we appreciate everybody that do listen, whether you comment right now or not. We appreciate just the viewership of that, and we want to make sure that we put ourselves in the right position to just give back more. So, Ceej, you got anything else to say? I know I want to. We'll get to our socials if you don't have anything else left to say.
Nah, I don't have anything else to say, man. Just hey, keep engaging with us, man. And I appreciate you guys' support so far, man. It's your boy
Yep.
DearCeej, man, on Special Reports.
Yep. And you got Dear Mykel. You follow Dear Mykel at all social platforms for my fashion. I haven't been posting a little bit, but I'm going to get back into that starting new year. I know we got a lot of things going on. I've been focused more on this radio show, so we're going to make sure that we get everything in line now. Obviously, follow us at Dear Radio Show on all platforms. Instagram is got a lot of content on there for the latest updates. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we're going to have, a lot more things going on. So make sure you stay tuned on that. Obviously, we have 2 other hosts that do streaming. Make sure you follow TKD2 Gaming. It's underscore TKD2 Gaming for Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you follow him because he'll get on us if we ain't say the underscore
Oh
part.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But his YouTube is going crazy. And you got LeBranston that's going crazy on YouTube as well. So make sure you like, comment,
At
subscribe to
LeBranston
them.
Gaming, man. At
At
LeBranston
LeBranston.
Gaming.
Is so I gotta fix that. So yeah, at LeBranston Gaming, make sure you lock in with that
Mm-hmm.
as well. They work hard to make sure that they're producing content for you all as well. So make sure you
Yeah.
just stop by, hop in a live stream, see what they got going on, comment on what they got going on. They have great commentary, and then obviously continue to follow, support them when their videos drop as well. They're our guys. We want to make sure that they're thriving as well. So
Mm-hmm.
we appreciate everybody, man, and see you take us home.
Well, man, it's your boy, man, DearCeej. You can follow me on all platforms at DearCeej, man. Ain't gonna be hard to find. And I'm the only DearCeej out here right now, man, that I know of. Until they start copycat.
Come
That's when
on,
you
man.
know we're gonna get big. I tell you. Got my hand out. Don't be too far behind, man.
Real
Telling you.
talk.
What's your boy DearCeej, man? Got my boy Dear Mykel with me, man. This special reports, man. We out.
We out. Peace.